Hello everyone, and welcome to the June 2nd update for Captain Stardust. This week we had 17 commits from just one contributor, which brings our lifetime commits to 259 from 9 lifetime contributors, and we just wrapped up week 13 of 21. This week I went through and all of my focus was on mission 7. I created the Captain Quasar character as long with the animation, the blend spaces, the blocking, code behind it, the movement, the bullet firing, the enemy generation, and the death animation, as well as created the space station, which is the individual segments of the space station, integrated them into the spaceship, and then created checkpoints around there so the player can safely die, I guess. And then we had somehow it got integrated that there were 2 blueprints that were causing a crash of the entire engine whenever I would hit play. No idea what happened to it. I just basically tore 2 blueprints all the way down, fixed it, and then reintegrated it, and I haven't seen it since, so hopefully that's taken care of. So let's jump on over to the game here. This is our mission 7. This is the final boss area. It has taken place in space. We have our little space station here, which is split out into these little quadrants in here. All of these are individual pieces, so you can create a different spaceship if you want to. We have a couple different types of spaceships. This also helped me learn how interior lighting was working. So you start the level and you're inside of the spaceship, and similar to the spaceship level, where the player by default is in a flying type of mode and you cannot exit it because you're in space and things can float. So we have lots of different enemies integrated into here that the player has seen throughout the game. We have different paths that the player could take. You have some walls down here to tell you that this was not the correct direction. So let's go down this way a little bit. And we have a couple of different spaceship pieces here. So we have little tube/piping, some light elements, some just squares. I guess I just tried to make it look spacey. These are supposed to be transparent windows that you can look outside. I don't know how to do that. So right now it kind of looks cool, keeping everything nice and closed in and dark. So we'll just keep on navigating our way through the spaceship down here. We're currently in the mission of Cosmic Coup, which is locating the alien leader, which appears to be right down there. So I'll pass by an area up here in just a second where in the top left you'll see that we hit a checkpoint. There we go. And then that also unlocks Quasar from being able to move. So beforehand he was kind of trapped inside of a little square that he was in. And then if he's within 3,000 units of the player, then he will start to move. And then if he's within 2,000, he'll stop. And he has a couple of different options of firing different bullets, or he can spawn these different enemies, as well as create this little shield around him, which acts as a blocking mechanic. So if you try to fire, he might try to block you. Let's see here. Looks like that bullet did some damage. He has the ability to create a stun bullet on the player. So if you are hit by it, you will take damage, as well as lock up any input that you may have for, I think it's 3 seconds. So let's see if we can whittle this guy down a little bit in terms of health. So this was made to be kind of a more intense battle element of the fight. He has a lot more HP than a lot of the other characters, so we'll just try to do a little bit of chip damage on him here. I'm using our F key to focus on him here. We'll get up close and do a little bit of damage there, and then he uses his shield again. So the fight kind of came together pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with it. Oop. As I die again, because I'm good at my own game. There we go. And I should have a limit pretty close. There you go. And then once you hit 0, then he will explode, and then you get the tail end of the cutscene down here. He drops a whole bunch of stuff, so you can go pick that up, which is stamina and health and that sort of thing. A couple of enemies still hang out there, so that's fine. As long as the player defeats the enemy, then they should be able to be taken into the next level, where the story kind of wraps up and says that the world is basically beyond memory control elements, so you have to wipe everybody's memory, including your own, which gives it a pretty clean way to loop it back to the start of the game, where the player wakes up not knowing what's going on, so you just kind of loop it that way. So we're taken back to the main menu, we can hit play, and then we can start the game all over again. So that is the current status of the game here. So let's jump on over to our Vikunja board. We're wrapping up the weekly video here. My wife will be gone this coming week, so the workload that I'll be able to put in is a little bit lower since I have to do twice as many chores around the house type of thing. But I still want to get a world event done and then do a couple of bug fixes. I've shifted quite a few of the audio tasks into a nice to have folder, so if anybody wants to take a shot at audio, that's still sitting over there. In the meantime, though, we still have plenty of bugs, some art, some code, just lots of little ways to be getting involved as we get towards the back half of the project. So that is our weekly update for Captain Stardust.